Hey guys, it's Will Frazier, real estate consultant and real estate agent at ERA Courtyard. I wanted to pop in today and talk through one of the strongest and most deeply rooted myths in real estate. And I'm going to quote some numbers from the leader in real estate research, Zillow. And we're going to dive in to why you need to price your house appropriately. Now, a fundamental word here is appropriately. So we're going to take two examples. This is straight out of the book Zillow Talk, which the two founders of Zillow wrote in 2015 to educate real estate buyers and sellers and to publicize Zillow. In Zillow Talk, they give two examples. So Sally has a house whose market value is $200,000, and Bill has an identical in every way house whose market value is, unsurprisingly, $200,000. Sally says, you know what, since my probable sale price, because my savvy agent has looked at the numbers and let me know that, is $200,000, I'm gonna price it at $220,000, and then ultimately we're going to anchor the buyer higher, and we're gonna get that sale price up, and so we'll probably sell like $205,000, $210,000, $215,000, or maybe somebody comes in because they're just in love with it and they buy it at $220,000. So yay! So Sally says, hey, we're gonna start it off here at $220,000, and Bill says, hey, no fuss, no muss. Like let's not tinker around with this thing. If the value of the house is $200,000, then we'll price it at $200,000 and go from there. They both hire equally savvy, incredible agents. Sally chooses to say, hey, I know it's worth $200,000, but let's price it at $220,000. Bill, $200,000. All right, zoom forward. The net result is Sally is going to be on the market longer and is going to take steeper price cuts and ultimately sell for around $195,000. Bill is going to ultimately sell around $202,000. Sally priced at $220,000, sold for around $195,000. Bill priced at $200,000 and sold for $202,000. What? Didn't Sally anchor the buyer? Didn't Sally make it seem like the house was worth $200,000? She did not. What actually happens is that buyers smell stale listings. They do. Like, think about your own buyer mentality. When you're looking at something, like say you open the Zillow app and you're sitting on your couch at night after work and you're daydreaming and you're looking for that next home, what appears at the top? Is it the oldest listings or is it the newest listings? It's the newest listings are at the very top, especially like new. And then just below that can be price adjustments. All right, so let's say, Sally's at $220,000 and she hangs on, and in a couple weeks she drops again, and then she drops again, and she drops it again to keep trending towards the top. All right, now you see Sally's house and you click on it and you say, oh, this house appeared at the top because they just dropped $1,000. Let's look at this. Oh, they dropped a couple $1,000s, every week, and it's been on the market for 70 days. And oh man, what do you say now? You say, I wonder what's wrong with it. That's the kicker. Now, Bill's house, priced at $200,000, statistically, and this is like Zillow's looking at the entire US market, not Oklahoma City, not Edmond, the entire US market, and saying on average, homes that are worth $200,000, they tend to fall in a couple different categories. Some people overprice them, hoping that they're going to bring the sale price up, and some people appropriately price them. And on average, when Bill's appropriately price them and then hire savvy agents to market the heck out of them, the market brings offers that put the negotiating power in whose side? The seller's side. So now, on average, the homes sell for higher than the market value. Versus Sally over here, she's dropping. She's down here at $205,000, and now at 102 days on the market, she is stale, and the buyer knows it. So buyer Joe comes in and says, hey Sally, I love your house. I know that this is really just dragging out, and you probably hope for a quicker sale. So, in Joe's mind, You've already dropped $15,000. Let's see how much more you can go. And on average, Sally is going to have to drop another $10,000. Both houses are identical. They're worth $200,000. The one that said, hey, let's trick the buyers. Not even trick, like, it's an honest thing. Like, hey, if we start higher, we'll have more room to give, because everyone likes a deal, right? We experience that every day. Everyone likes a deal. So if I price it what the value is, and then the buyer comes in and wants a deal, I don't have any deal to give them without selling it below market value. So let's price it high and we've got room to give. Or, hey, let's price it high and maybe the buyer will offer a little bit more because it's priced high. But what typically happens is if you price it appropriately according to the real value of the house, buyers respect that honesty and they come in and they honor that by producing offers and acting on it. If you overprice it in hopes that you're going to get a higher price, what you're actually going to do is become a stale listing, and buyers smell staleness. And the moment that someone asks the question, what's wrong with this home? You have already lost the marketing game. So when you're looking at the value of a house, have a savvy real estate agent help you determine the actual value of a house. Have an appraiser come in if needed. If it's a difficult one to assess the comparable values, have an appraiser come in and do an appraisal to determine the fair market value of the home and price it on the money. Set, if you're familiar with my 5 keys to selling, set, in light of the location and the pricing of the home, set the right terms and conditions for a sale, hire an excellent agent to market it well, and you will sell for the highest price possible in less time. Be a bill, price it on the money, hire an agent to market the heck out of it, and statistically you will end up with a higher price than Sally, who priced it high and had to give until she hurt to end up at a final sale price at about $5,000 below market value. So that's the lesson today on pricing a home. It's counterintuitive, it really is, because a lot of the psychological concepts that I've learned in consumer psychology and behavioral psychology kind of are refuted in that. Not refuted. In this scenario, in considering the largest purchase that the average person will make, the effect is different. When something's reasonably priced, people say, that's reasonably priced. Comps show it, agents know it. Look at, Bill and Sally's houses are on the market in the same neighborhood at the same time. You're clicking through and you say, hey, these houses are identical or nearly identical, but this one's $20,000 cheaper. Who's got the leg up? So price it well, hire well, and you'll be pleased with the results. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful day, and let's do this again soon.